Konami has given us a early holiday present, whether you celebrate Christmas or Yule or whatever the hell, and they have dropped the ban list for the January 2024 format. Konami banned 4 cards: Agito, Kelbeck, Circular, and Isolde. Literally yesterday, I put Tier back together thinking I should probably play this at a tournament before they ban Agito and Kelbeck. And sure enough, the next day, they released the ban list, banning both Kelbeck and Agito. So I guess I've been playing Tier for the next 2 weeks until it's banned. Isolde should have been banned years ago. I remember playing in 2018 when Gyoki was doing its shenanigans with Nightmares and Isolde. It was basically the Halki Fibrex of 2018 with Warriors. It's been part of shenanigans ever since. With Infernoble being meta once again, I guess they finally decided it's time to ban this card. And I'm guessing they hit Circular to hit Cyber's Link Climbing decks that also have a Super Factorial set to summon a Laplacian that has diameter as material. I love hand rips and board wipes that can't be negated. What they put to 1 is most of the list. Shavara was hit to 1, and apparently the Unchained community thinks this is a slap on the wrist. My friends are just saying no, that just kind of murders the deck, but I don't know, I don't play the deck. According to my friend who plays Rescue Ace, Airlifter is kind of kills the deck, but I really don't know. I've seen discussions where that really just doesn't do anything to the deck. I guess the idea behind limiting this is that if you try to do Turbulence and your opponent tries to do Imperm on it, you can then tribute the Turbulence to bring up Airlifter, if my understanding is correct of how that works. So it's a lot less likely you're going to have the Airlifter in hand to actually do that with. The Redox is back! Probably would have been better if Vernisylph wasn't a thing, and also Earth Machine, you know, just saying, you know, they could probably use Redox. Honestly, I was giving up on Heart Horror ever being released from the ban list, but here we are, and funnily enough, I was experimenting with Orchest. So now, I get to play with Heart Horror while experimenting. And they finally hit There Could Be Only One, along with Gozen Natch in Rivalry of Warlord. Thank fuck, because you know how annoying it's been to out a There Could Be Only One with a Nightmare Phoenix, only for my opponent to flip up another one? But now, when I get rid of it, it's gone forever. I'm kind of curious to see how Rekka plays with only 1 Dryas and 1 healer. And they brought Ib, the World Chalice Justicar, back to 1. If you don't know already, Justicar was part of D-Link back in 2019, where you would normal summon Oviraptor, and then use Oviraptor to send a Carbodon. And a Carbodon would banish itself from the graveyard to summon a Flameveil Guard from the deck. And all of a sudden, you have a level 1 tuner and a level 4 monster to go into Justicar with. Dragon Link is so much more evolved from that point now, I'm not entirely sure how they would use it, but it's there. And surprisingly, they're giving Snatch Steal another shot. So, if they didn't ban Isolde, I don't think they would be able to bring this card back. But with Isolde gone, it might be another tool for Makonko to use. And just a few days ago, I saw this meme, and I was joking about how Snatch Steal would be fine to bring back. Here we are, with Snatch Steal, back at 1. There's not a whole lot going on in the semi-limited list. They put Sleepy down to 2, and brought Pankratops and Terratops back up to 2. With Sleepy Memory at 2, it makes it so that you have to reveal another card off of My Friend, and you don't get to just reveal 3 Sleepy and just add one of them. And now instead of drawing 6 for your opponent's turn, you now draw 4. Fenrir wasn't touched at all, so I guess it makes sense to bring Pankratops back to 2 at least, because Fenrir is basically the Pankratops of the last few formats. The only difference between Pankratops and Fenrir is that Fenrir was part of a meta deck. And it just so happens to be a splashable floodgate. And Terratops, I mean, I really don't have any comments on. It's there. It's neat. It's vibing. And the cards that they brought back to 3. Infernity Archfiend. Infernity isn't doing anything. It's not going to do anything. Probably. With the Rise Hard gone, I don't see any issues with bringing Unicorn back to 3. Mind Control is back at 3. Talent is basically another Mind Control, and that's also at 3. The only difference between Talent and Mind Control is with Talent, your opponent has to actually do something. So I can kind of see a situation where you would activate Mind Control, and then your opponent negates it, and then you use Talent to just take control of your opponent's monster anyways. Judgment, everyone knew was going to come back to 3 at some point. It was really a matter of when. Upstart Goblin, I'm not 100% sure how I feel about that, since it's not once per turn. Probably not going to do a whole lot. I can see Sky Striker running it. Desires could have come back to 3 forever ago. Prosperity is far more an issue than Desires, and that's at 3 still. That didn't get touched this ban list, even though it probably should have. Starter to 3 is probably fine. Everybody basically dropped Sprite for higher Runic for whatever reason. And I'm a little surprised that Branded and Labyrinth didn't get touched at all. Like, I'm a little surprised that Fenrir didn't get touched either. And Prosperity as well, which are problematic cards in their own right. But I was fully expecting Branded Fusion go to 1 or Sanctifier getting banned. And none of those two things happened. But hey, I am more than happy Fusion not getting touched. But yeah, this list is just wild. And I'm curious of what the format's going to look like next year. But let me know what your thoughts are down below. And as always, thank you for watching. My name is Vincent. I am the Race Duelist. Goodbye. And happy holidays.